Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. The Supreme Court of Florida is now in ceremonial session. Let all who have cause to plead draw near, give attention, you will be heard. God save these United States, the great state of Florida, and this honorable court. Ladies and gentlemen, the Supreme Court of Florida, please be seated.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Florida Supreme Court. On behalf of the court, it's my honor to welcome you to this induction ceremony for new members of the Florida Bar. We congratulate you and the family members, friends, teachers, and others who supported you on your path to this achievement. And we recognize that your admission to the Florida Bar is the culmination of a lot of hard work and dedication. The focal point of today's ceremony is the administration of the oath of admission. We hope that you will take the oath's commitments to heart, that you will embrace the oath's call to excellence, and that you will work to develop and practice the virtues necessary to achieve that excellence. An older version of Florida's Code of Professional Responsibility nicely summed up what it means for a lawyer to be excellent. Above all, a lawyer will find his highest honor and a deserved reputation for fidelity to private trust and to public duty as an honest person and as a patriotic and loyal citizen. We urge you as you advance in your careers never to lose sight of that ideal. Before we get to the oath, though, we'll be hearing from several great speakers, beginning with our friend Saya Baker Barnes, president of the Florida Bar.
May it please the court. Chief Justice Muniz, members of the Florida Supreme Court, distinguished judges, members of the bar, family members, friends, and our newest attorneys. Congratulations. As the 77th president of the Florida Bar, and on behalf of our over 114,000 members, it is my great honor and privilege to welcome you to the practice of law. I want you to know first and foremost that we meaning our judges, our lawyers, and those of us in this most esteemed profession, we are immensely proud of you. And we look forward to all that you will accomplish. Today is more than a ceremony. It's a milestone. It is a moment, and it is a mission. You have worked hard. You have studied relentlessly. You have endured the bar exam, sleepless nights, I know, and a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. But you have now earned the title of lawyer. Wear it with pride and wear it with purpose. From this day forward, every action that you take, every call that you return, every email you send, every word that you speak in court builds something more valuable than any award or accolade that you will receive. It builds your reputation. And your reputation and your professionalism will define you. It is not about being perfect. It's about being prepared. It's about how you handle conflict, how you treat your opposing counsel, how you honor your clients, even when no one is watching. And remember that your reputation will often walk into the room before you do. So guard it like it's a priceless inheritance, because it is. We want you to know that the law is a powerful tool, but power without integrity is dangerous. You will be trusted with people's businesses, their freedoms, their families, their livelihoods, their liberty. Do not take that trust lightly. take it seriously. Civility. You will take an oath of civility as new lawyers, and it is an incredibly important part of what you do. We have an adversarial system, and I am a trial lawyer, so it gets heated and it gets tough. But do not confuse aggression with strength. Being civil does not mean that you're being soft. It means having the courage to be respectful. It means understanding that your opposing counsel is not your enemy and that your adversaries deserve your respect. Civility is not weakness, it is professional discipline, and each of us has a responsibility to engage in it every single day. Finally, I encourage you to think about resilience. You will need resilience in this profession. You will have tough days. You will lose arguments, and you will lose cases, and you will lose trials. And it's tough. You will deal with difficult clients. You will have long hours. You will have moments of doubt. But remember that resilience is not about failing. It's actually about rising. Rising with integrity, rising with encouragement, rising with confidence, rising with strength. You are not alone in this profession, as you can probably see in this room, and I know from your friends and your families and all of the support that you have had throughout this journey. I hope that each and every one of you knows that we are at the Florida Bar invested in your success. We want to see each and every one of you be successful and have enduring and sustainable and meaningful legal careers. So know that we are here for you, and do not fear or be afraid to reach out when you need support. So today you will take an oath to uphold the Constitution and the laws of Florida. But more than that, you've stepped into a profession that holds a sacred place in our society. So be proud, but be humble. Be confident, but be kind. And never forget that each brief you write, each argument you make, every client you serve is a chance to add one more chapter to the legacy of this great profession. The public will look to you for answers. Judges will look to you for candor. Clients will look to you for hope. And your colleagues will look to you as a part of a community that values excellence, ethics, and service. So as you begin this journey, may your professionalism be unwavering, your reputation impeccable, your integrity unshakable, your civility unflinching, and your resilience unbreakable. Welcome to the bar, and congratulations.
Thank you, Saya. That was great. I'm now pleased to welcome Jamie Coleman, President of the Tallahassee Bar Association.
May it please the Court, Chief Justice Muniz and other distinguished members of the Supreme Court Justices. It is with great honor that I'm before you guys. It's a beautiful sight to see a room full of new lawyers surrounded by their family, their mentors, justices, judges, taking the same oath that once changed the course of my life. Today, you don't just join a profession, you join a calling. The words that you will speak, the Florida Bar's oath, are not just ceremonial. They are a moral compass, a roadmap for integrity, a promise that what you say, what you file, and what you do will always be grounded in truth and in honor. When I took this oath, it carried a special meaning for me. Because my journey to this moment was not easy, After law school, I wasn't immediately admitted. After passing the bar in 2008, I had to go through a series of character and fitness hearings, hired a lawyer, and wrote multiple essays to show that I had the requisite character to be a Florida Bar member. I went through the process of providing and proving rehabilitation, showing that I possessed the character to practice. It was humbling, it was painful, and there were hearings, waiting at times, and silence that felt endless. I was admitted. I did get the privilege of taking the oath as you did today, but some 3 years later, on April 15th of 2011, 3 years after graduating law school, 2 years after graduating Georgetown Law, where I got my Master's of Law in Taxation. But through that process, I learned something priceless, that integrity and accountability are not just virtues. They are lifelines. They are what allow you to stand tall, even when the world questions your worth. I had to face mistakes I made years before. I had to take ownership. I had to show that my word could be trusted again. And through it all, I held on to a scripture that's dear to my heart, Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, plans to give you hope and a future. And here's the truth. The Florida Bar didn't just admit me when they swore me in. They entrusted me. And that trust became my greatest professional responsibility. The same trust is now being placed in each of you. When you promise to support the Constitution, you pledge to uphold something greater than opinion or convenience. You pledge allegiance to the principle. When you vow to maintain respect for the courts and judicial officers, you promise to advocate fiercely, but respectfully, because civility is not weakness, it's strength under control. When you swear that you would use only means consistent with truth and honor, you commit to a life where integrity outweighs ambition. There will be times that you are tempted to cut corners, to overstate, or to let pride win the day. My best advice to you is don't. The easiest wins can cost you your reputation, and your reputation is the one thing you cannot rebuild once it's lost. And when you promise to never reject the cause of the defenseless or oppressed, you agree that this profession is not about status. It's not about money. It's about service. Trust is the hallmark of what we do. It's what allows a stranger to hand you their most private fears and believe you'll protect them. It's what allows a judge to take you at your word. And it's what gives meaning to your license. The law doesn't just need brilliant minds, it needs honest ones. It needs lawyers who will speak truth, even when it's inconvenient, who will honor their word, even when it costs them something. So as you begin your careers, let your oath live in your actions, in the way you write, in the way you speak, in the way that you treat your colleagues and your clients. Because when your career is over, people may forget your verdicts, they may forget your results, but they'll never forget your integrity. Congratulations, welcome to the Florida Bar, and welcome to a life of purpose, service, and truth.
Thanks for those excellent remarks. I'm now pleased to welcome Arti Hirani, President of the Young Lawyers Division of the Florida Bar.
May it please the Court, Chief Justice Muniz and other members of the Supreme Court, thank you for allowing me to be part of this day. Today marks a very special day. You've been challenged, slightly tormented, judged, and you have now been deemed wanted and eligible to practice law in the great state of Florida. Welcome. You're about to be one of us. We are so proud to see you join our ranks, a bar that gives you access to resources, programs, and most importantly, a community. Speaking of community, there's a YLD governor, Alan Charles, who's also here today to make sure you have someone along with you during this journey. The practice of law is different in Florida. It's an absolute privilege, not a right, that we do not take lightly. We mandate a standard of excellence, unparalleled to anywhere else. Yes, there are extra courses. Speaking of which, Practicing with Professionalism is on December 4th. It's online. You have 2 opportunities to join. Please join this time. The basics, and behave in a manner that the court deems ethical. But law is different than any other area of practice. I say that because the law is a limitless practice. Take a moment to understand that there is absolutely no barrier in your professional life that you can no longer go through. There's very few days in our life that we will remember. Today is one of those days. We will probably remember it from start to finish. And I hope you remember it for the change, for once who you were and who you now will be. You will experience the highest of highs, the lowest of lows, moments of absolute and utter confusion. Hopefully, a few moments of epiphany. People ask why we love the practice of law. I can tell you myself, it's because we get to live 1,000 lives in just this one. Whatever your clients will go through, so will you. Whether it be divorce, marriage, success, failure, lockup, freedom, and sometimes death. We also experience it. The Florida Bar now considers you an attorney 24/7. Well, that seems weighty. I hope you see the joy in that. Every day of your life going forward, every moment, whether it's midnight or 2 p.m., you can help make a difference in someone's life. My advice to you is to practice with absolute pride and take care of our profession and our lawyers. Engage with others and zealously advocate for your client. However, remember, opposing counsel is still your friend, is still someone who you sat chair to chair to in class, and still, more importantly, could be your next boss, client, or someone who contributes to your local campaign. The first few years of practice are amazing. They're also ridiculously terrifying. The YLD is here for you for that. Whether you're a 4th-generation lawyer or the first to pick up a pen and graduate college, no one knows what to do day one, and for that, we offer you resources. We all walk the same path, just a little different way. One case, one client, one motion, one day at a time. The YLD, the Young Lawyers Division, is your division, your bar, and will provide you with all the resources we possibly can, webinars, and most importantly, your community. We are here for you. Together, we will walk on this path for your future, for our future of the bar. Congratulations, almost learned counsels. I'm looking forward to your bright futures. Just like the YLD this year with our job fair on March 6th, you are open for opportunity.
Thank you for those remarks. Okay, now we've reached what's one of our favorite parts of this ceremony every year, when we select a candidate who has excelled on the bar exam to make remarks on behalf of the newly admitted lawyers. It's my honor to call upon Travis Schneider, a recent graduate of the Emory University School of Law, for that purpose.
May it please the court. Thank you, Chief Justice, distinguished members of the Supreme Court. I want to start today by thanking the court and the Florida Bar for the invitation to speak. It's a privilege and an honor to stand here today on behalf of the soon-to-be admitted attorney class. As I'm sure many of you can relate, it's been a long and challenging road to get to this very moment. These past few months, and really these past few years, have been filled with hurdle after hurdle, one uphill battle after another. It's taken countless hours of studying, exams, classes, cold calls, readings, textbooks, and then months of bar prep to reach this milestone and finally arrive at the top of this mountain. And to that, I want to say congratulations. And for those of you who can't relate to that and have thought this was somewhat easy, I'm a little envious of you, but congratulations as well. Waiting for the results of what felt like a truly pivotal moment in our lives forced many of us, somewhat involuntarily, to stay in the present moment. And now, here today, in the midst of the beginning of a new chapter, I think it's important that we do just that. Pause and truly appreciate what we've accomplished and acknowledge the people that have supported us along the way. For me, I could not have reached this point without the constant support from my family and friends. Each and every one of them has been pivotal in shaping me into the person I am today and the person I aspire to become. I want to especially thank my parents for always pushing me to shoot for the stars in whatever I chose to pursue, teaching me that no dream is too big to accomplish. I want to give a special shout out to my mom, who dropped everything to be here today and share this moment with me. There hasn't been a day in my life where she didn't put her family first, and I know my siblings and I owe so much of our foundation and success to her constant dedication, love, and unwavering support. Thank you, Mom. I also want to thank Kirkland and Alice for their belief in me as a junior associate and the tremendous opportunity they have given me to start my legal career here in Florida. To everyone here today, supporting each and every one of these soon-to-be attorneys, we thank you. Thank you for standing by us, especially when we're tired, maybe a little sleep-deprived, probably a little hungry, and rambling about our 65-page Civ Pro reading where we probably understood 17 words. In full transparency, when I received the Supreme Court's call to give the speech, my first thought was, me? Are they sure? Which was, to be fair, was only slightly better than what I thought after finding out I'd passed the bar, which was something along the lines of, no takebacks. Being emotionally dependent on directions, of course, I immediately asked what they wanted me to talk about, knowing there wasn't much I could say that would add to the significance of this achievement that brought you all here today. But as I sat down to write this speech, I realized that although our paths have been inevitably different, we now stand together, united by a shared opportunity, the chance to begin our legal careers. Whether you're going into public interest, prosecution, criminal defense, a judicial clerkship, an associated firm, or government work, we all stand here today as the next generation of the legal field, gifted with the unique opportunity to shape and evolve the practice of law. So instead of focusing on what brought me here today, I wanted to emphasize what brought us here today, the path we have in front of us, and the privilege it is to stand here as a representative of all of your accomplishments. Over the summer, I heard a quote that really stuck with me that I thought I would share as an inspiration for the journey that lies ahead. It read, "After climbing a great hill, one only finds that there are many more hills to climb." The past few years have certainly felt like an astronomical climb, but we did it. We reached the top. But now it's time to find that next hill, that next challenge, and that next opportunity to grow. So with that, I just want to say, it's been an honor climbing this mountain with you all. But more importantly, I'm excited to witness all the mountains you climb in the future. Congratulations on this incredible achievement, and I wish you all nothing but success in your legal career. Thank you so much for your time.
Thanks, Travis. You're a great representative of this group. We appreciate it. We'll now recognize Timothy Daninger, Chair of the Florida Board of Bar Examiners, to present the candidates and move their admission.
Thank you, Chief Justice Munoz. Justices, may it please the court. Pursuant to the rules of the Supreme Court relating to admissions to the bar, the candidates before you have been rigorously examined by the board as to both knowledge of the law and understanding of the standards and ideals of the legal profession. In addition, their backgrounds have been subjected to extensive character and fitness investigations. On behalf of the Florida Board of Bar Examiners, it is my pleasure to certify that these candidates are fully qualified and that each enjoys the enthusiastic recommendation of the board for admission to the Bar of Florida. I'm going to call out the name, so as I call your name, please stand and remain standing. Drew Michael Barrow, James Frederick Bateman III, Jeremy Daniel Best, Tanner Ross Cohen, Riley Michelle Cornell, Armina Farid, Jennifer Forgachu, Arnell Francis, Larry Gambetti Jr., Cameron Joseph Glasser, Brandon Michael Hatch, Matthew James Henderson, Hunter Allen Hurley, Taylor Ide, Matthew Connor Lambertson, Casey Nicole Loveland, John McDonnell Lynn, Daniela Isabel Malero Morales, Darby Murray, Savannah Gibbs Nelson, Stephen Joseph Orban, Kushal Urmish Patel, Gregory Lewis Raymaker, Abigail Caroline Smith, Jeffrey Matthew Sundberg, Sarah Elizabeth Swabek, Felicia Tabachnek, and Casey Jared Whitty. On behalf of the board, I respectfully move that these candidates be admitted to the Florida Bar.
Thank you, Mr. Danger. The court accepts your motion and grants it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, the moment has now come for the final step in your journey to become a lawyer, the oath of admission. Please raise your right hands and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear I will support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution of the State of Florida. I will maintain the respect due to courts of justice and judicial officers. I will not counsel or maintain any suit or proceedings which shall appear to me to be unjust, nor any defense except such as I believe to be honestly debatable under the law of the land. I will employ, for the purpose of maintaining the causes confided in me, such means only as are consistent with truth and honor. And I will never seek to mislead the judge or jury by any artifice or false statement of fact or law. I will maintain the confidence and preserve inviolate the secrets of my clients, and will accept no compensation in connection with their business except from them or with their knowledge and approval. To opposing parties and their counsel, I pledge fairness, integrity, and civility, not only in court, but also in all written and oral communications. I will abstain from all offensive personality and advance no fact prejudicial to the honor or reputation of a party or witness, unless required by the justice of the cause with which I am charged. I will never reject, from any consideration personal to myself, the cause of the defenseless or oppressed, or delay anyone's cause, for lucre or malice. So help me God. Congratulations. Okay, you can be seated. After we adjourn our ceremony, we ask that the newly sworn attorneys remain here in the courtroom, standing in front of the bench for a group photograph. And then you should sign your oaths in the presence of one of the court's deputy clerks in the lawyer's lounge, which is right over there. Thank you again so much for being here today. I know I see a lot of friends and family and supporters of our new lawyers. We know that nobody gets here on their own, so I know this is as great a day for you as it is for them. And to you, I hope you've enjoyed the ceremony. I hope you took to heart a lot of what you heard from the speeches. We're all proud of you. We know that you're going to have great careers. We look forward to everything that you're going to accomplish. And we do just encourage you to reflect on the oath that you just took and think about not just the opportunities that you have, but also the obligations that you take on as being a lawyer, which is inherently a public-spirited endeavor. We view ourselves all as part of kind of one team with you. We view ourselves as being kind of partners in this ongoing project that we inherited from people who came before us and that we hope to be able to pass on to people who come after us. And we welcome you in this endeavor. And again, we congratulate you for your accomplishment today. So thank you again, and the court is now adjourned.
All rise.